Live from WSPA-TV, this is Eyewitness News with Annette Estes, Ed Bradford, Sports with Stena Limit, AccuWeather with Jack Roper, and the Eyewitness News team.
Another town in upstate South Carolina has been ravaged by flood. This time it was in Lockhart, where people had to fight and flee the surging water.
Hello, here's what's happening. Rising waters continue to threaten homes and threaten families in our area.
People in the Union County town of Lockhart are cleaning up after heavy rains forced them out of their homes early this morning. We have 2 reports on the flood and the damage it's left behind, beginning with Ron Bryant in Lockhart.
I've seen it, you know, bad, but not this bad.
Carl Tice has lived in this home for 28 years. Rain has flooded his yard before, but never his living room.
It just wiped out the inside of my house. I ain't got nothing in there. It just run all my furniture, my carpet, and everything.
Heavy rains hit the town hard late Tuesday night, and by midnight, residents were using rowboats to rescue each other. Emergency crews tried all night to clear trash and debris out of the drain pipes that are supposed to carry the water runoff to the Broad River. The Sheriff's Department shut down this road as the pavement buckled under the storm.
I've been living in Lockhart for 55 years, and this is the worst I've seen it. I have seen it out in the road, but I never have seen it in the people's homes.
Help us. That's all we need is some help right now.
Jean Davis spent the night watching the water rise. It damaged her home, her car, and also her confidence.
We're waterlogged. I don't know if we can save anything or not. I'm scared to go back down there to the water. It goes back down.
Davis and her neighbors were finally able to return home at daybreak and begin cleaning up the mess. Gary Mattingly has that story.
By late this morning, it was clear that Mother Nature had won this round, and residents were at the mercy of a drainage system incapable of handling the deluge of water that swept through Lockhart. Bulldozers were kept busy removing tons of mud that filled the streets, and pumps cleared away thousands of gallons of water so that residents could get a better assessment of their damage. About 40 homes at the bottom of a hill were hit hardest, including Annette Sutherland, who had 9 feet of water in her house.
Everything's ruined. I don't even know where to start. I can't get started here.
Has it really hit you yet as to what happened?
No, sir, it ain't. I don't think nothing happened like this in Lockhart.
On the other end of town, water remained idle for much of the day, trapping some residents in their homes. One woman couldn't get out. She told me she preferred to stay with the house anyway.
You need somebody to come and get you out?
No.
You don't want to leave?
No.
Why?
No. Ain't no use. Water's knee deep in the house.
Might as well just stay here, huh?
Right.
All over town, residents pitched in to help each other in what was this town's worst bout with Mother Nature.
Well, I've been here 53 years, and I've talked to some of the old people around here, and it's the worst they ever seen. We ain't never saw anything like this before.
For the past few years, town officials have applied for $500,000 in federal funds to improve the drainage system here. Unfortunately, its bid got nixed.
We feel like now that since this flood has come, certainly a flash flood, lots of damage has been done here, but next year we don't be having trouble getting that grant.
Town and county officials estimate it will be several more days before all the debris is cleared away and residents begin to restore some order to their lives. And they are hoping it will all be accomplished without the threat of any more rain. I'm Gary Mattingly, TV7 Eyewitness News in Lockhart.
The Piedmont chapter of the American Red Cross has set up an emergency service center to assist victims of this flood. The center will be open tomorrow from 9 to 6 at the First Baptist Church of Lockhart. Caseworkers will be on hand to assist families with food, clothing, medical supplies, and housing. If you need housing for tonight, you can call the Red Cross at 583-8000.
And we still have to be careful because we have a flood watch in effect right now in several areas, and Jack Roper has more during weather.
Baptist Church, and some of the homes got up to about 8 foot of water. It started moving the furniture and around, just floated around like it's a piece of bread or something last night.
The Red Cross has set up an emergency center at Lockhart High School, but with more rain predicted for the upstate tonight, more families soon could need help. From our follow-up file, Newberry residents
floodwaters ravaged their homes. Most of the homes damaged were in low-lying areas with poor drainage. Watermarks in Sutherland's bathroom tell the story. After she was evacuated, she went back for 2 of her puppies.
The rescue squad had me get over my car shed in a boat and come to my back door and pick up 2 more.
What was your house like then?
Waist deep and moving.
Sutherland says none of the damage is covered by insurance. Next door, Frances Crocker was trapped in her home until she was rescued by her son. How'd you get out of your house?
On my son's back.
One official said the city had asked the state and federal governments for money to help correct the drainage problem in the town, but with no success.
About 3 months ago, we got turned down on the grant. But they say they were going to help us next year. But next year is going to be too late. We need the help right now.
Now, instead of long-term help, city officials will ask for disaster aid. Meanwhile, Red Cross volunteers moved into the town today to help feed and house the homeless.
Officials say it's much too early to calculate the extent or the amount of damages. Plus, although the sun's out now, forecasts call for 4 more inches of rain tonight. The Red Cross says if it comes, they'll be ready to house more evacuees here at the local hospital on high ground. Rachel Bagley, WBTV News, Lockhart, South Carolina.